everyone steals stupid. Of
The
course.
effect is obviously greater.
But is it? Because it's all printed money and it's from the sky and they'll print more. I mean, that's how they rationalize it. They rationalize it as this doesn't even exist. This is just printed, that's made up. And I can take it and everyone else is taking it and it's made up. And it's not 1% of the month's printed money anyway.
Yes, but the money that the other guys steal might be from like a mom and pop store that actually affecting.
Well, exactly. So you could argue in some ways that the mom and pop store theft is worse.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, than the guy who just goes, I just typed it in. I just typed it in. Nothing happened. I typed some numbers. If you could type some numbers, I'd type some numbers.
But then also the person stealing the hundreds of millions is just adding to this nasty situation which we call life.
Absolutely.
So-
It's totally like the American system's totally. And then the number one thing that everybody across the board, bipartisan on both sides of the political spectrum, should have been behind is Doge. Who the wants to be stolen from?
Yeah.
Surely everyone wants Elon in there to fix it. But then the Dems are losing their mind trying to stop it because the Democrats steal. The entire apparatus, the entire machine behind the Democrats is based on stealing. And I can prove that because Kamala Harris asked for that retard, Tim Walz, to be her vice president. Why would you want a retard no one's heard of who's clearly stupid to be your VP? Well, it's because he's from Minnesota and Minnesota is stealing all this money for the daycares. And then she raised the most money in history of any political campaign ever in only 100 days when no one even liked her. Because she took all the stolen money.
But do you think it has to do with the daycare specifically, or is just...
I think there's a lot of fraud going through that state. So she got that dipshit in her campaign so she could take 107 million or whatever it was, 1.2 billion she got for that campaign. And now she just bought a $10 million house after losing. And where the all the money gone? How did she spend $1 billion being retarded on like 3 interviews? She spent $1 billion on her campaign. $1 billion.
Yeah.
And she decided to get a VP that no one's heard of from a state that we now know is riddled with billions in corruption. This is not linked somehow. Of course, it's just linked to steal. So yeah, the whole system is so absolutely corrupted the entire way through. Doge, why don't the Democrats want Doge? Because the Democrats are stealing all the time. They're stealing as much as possible. That's why Elon's seen as a threat.